Hello, my amazing Algebra Half students. This is Mrs. A, and I love math. And tonight we're doing lesson 120 in addition 2, and I could not find a corresponding lesson in addition 3. So maybe the addition 3 does not do similar triangles, but it's a good thing to learn, even if your book doesn't do it right now. So, what are similar triangles? They are two triangles with the same angles. All of the angles have to be exactly the same. They are the same shape and they look alike. And there is a scale factor between one triangle and another. And a scale factor is simply a number that we're going to multiply by to get the other side, the corresponding side on the other figure. So here we have two similar triangles here. And notice that I have one hack mark and one hack mark, meaning that those two angles are the same. We have two hack marks and two hack marks, and we have three hack marks and three hack marks. So those hack marks designate that these two triangles are having the same angles and they are similar. Okay, so now that that's true, we can say 2 times some scale factor must equal 3. So 2 times scale factor must equal 3. So then we say, what is our scale factor? So if we divide by 2 on both sides, then we get that the scale factor is 3/2. So in order to find out what x is, we take 4 and multiply by 3/2, and 4 times 3/2. So remember, the 4 and the 2 will cancel, leaving a 2 times 3 is 6. So x is equal to 6, and then 5 is corresponding to y. They're in the same position. 5 times the scale factor, which is 3/2, is y. So that would be 15/2, and 15/2 would be 7 1/2. So the sides that we were looking for were 6 and 7.5. Now, one other thing is true of similar triangles, and that's called proportionate sides. So I'm going to do the same thing using proportionate sides. Okay, so basically I'm going to just put it right here where the scale factor is. We're going to say, since we knew all of these, we're going to say 2 is to 4 as 3 is to x. And we're going to solve for x. So remember, anytime I have a fraction equal to a fraction, I can cross multiply. So I get 2x equals 12. And if 2x equals 12, then isn't x, divide by 2, x is equal to 6. So that's just another way that you can find them. You can set up a proportion, and 2 is to 5 as 3 is to 7.5. Here's our practice problem. This is a really short lesson, isn't it? Okay, so similar triangles, and we have two unknowns here, but we know everything about this triangle, and we do have similar triangles because all of the angles are indicating that they match. So we're going to first do it with scale factor. We're going to say, what do I have to, since 4 and 5 are corresponding sides, 4 times scale factor equals 5. Divide by 4 on both sides, and the scale factor is 5/4. So m times 5/4 equals 9, and p times 5/4 equals 7. All right, now, if we had done it the other direction, we would have had 4/5 as our scale factor. If I'm going from here to here, I would have 4/5 my scale factor. So you have to use the scale factor depending on which way you're going. It's probably easier to go from a known number to an unknown number. So why don't we go ahead and go this way? If we do it this way, it's going to be fine, but remember we have to get m by itself. So we would have to multiply by 4/5. And over here, 4/5. We'd have to multiply by 4/5 on both sides. These are going to cancel, and m is 36/5. So m is 36/5. Okay? And 36/5 would be 7 1/5. Okay? Now, this one we're going to have to multiply by 4/5 to get rid of the 5/4 and multiply this one by 4/5. We always have to multiply by the same thing on both sides. These cancel. We get p is 28/5. And 28/5 is 5 3/5. Okay? Now, would we get the same answer if we went the other direction? We would. So let's try it. Now, we're going to start from here and go here. So we're going to start with the one triangle that has everything known. 5 to 4. 5 times scale factor is 4. So we get scale factor by itself, and we get scale factor is 4/5 now. So scale factor is 4/5. We're moving from this triangle to this triangle. So 9 times 4/5 is m, and 7 times 4/5 is p. A little bit easier that way, isn't it? But we're going to get the same answer, right? 36/5 is m, and 28/5 is p, which is the same thing as 5 3/5. So it's easier if we move from the known triangle to the unknown triangle, but you're going to get the same answer both ways. It's just a little bit less work. And we are done. Let me show you the board so that you can see it. We are done with lesson 120, and we are really clicking along in our book. And this is Mrs. A. God bless your day.